My captain's issued me an order for a Blitzline, which is a pre-connected 2.5-inch hose, 200 feet of it. So I'll repeat the order for a Blitzline. I'll take off my seatbelt and I'll exit the cab. I'm gonna clear the ground of any obstructions. I'm gonna visualize and verbalize all clear. I'll hold onto a handrail, stepping out either forwards or backwards. Once I'm out of the cab, I'll secure my door. I'll make sure my SCBA is on and operational and that my radio is on the correct frequency. Again, I could do this in the cab or on the ground as long as I do it before I initiate my hose lay. I'll come back to my hose bed and I'll dress my pull loop for my Blitzline. I'll pull the pull loop from the top down. Some guys will pull at the end of the pull loop, which is fine. Some longer pull loops, you might have to take a bigger bite on it and choke up on the hose to clear the hose of the hose bed. So for this one, I'll choke up just so I can use the tailboard to push off of. And I'll clear my hose of the hose bed. I'm gonna clear the hose bed enough that once I shoulder this load, it's gonna be as evenly balanced as I can on top of my shoulder. Once the bed is cleared to about the tailboard, I'll step into it with the nozzle placed down here on my chest and the rest of the folds flat loaded on top of my shoulder. So the best thing is to take a second, make sure they're dressed up neatly, pull into it, step underneath the load, redress it before you pull, and then push away. Once I've cleared the line's out of the bed, I'm ready to advance. Now from this point forward, I want to advance it similar to a shoulder load pre-connect, pulling my first loop off, looking back, making sure it's not going to pull tight. When I'm getting ready for it to pay off, I'll simply throw it off my shoulder, get my next loop ready to go. Once my next loop is off, I'll drop it, get the next one ready, and drop it in sequence until I'm at my objective. Again, I've overshot my objective. I see my last 50-foot coupling. Now I'm gonna set my hose load down and dress it from here. All right, so I put my shoulder loaded 2.5 down on the ground. I'm gonna make sure that my bail is shut and that my nozzle is about 6 to 8 feet from my objective, leaving a clear pathway for other crews operating on the incident. Now I'm gonna work from my nozzle back, flaking my hose out until I have at least 50 feet for entry. Starting at my nozzle, I'll flake my hose back. I know I have my 50-foot coupling here. So I'll flake this up. I've set my hose in a lazy S at 50 feet for entry. Now I could call for water. I confirm my bail is shut on my 2.5-inch hose. I'm gonna foot it and I'm gonna call for water. 1 on the 2.5! Once I've received water to my nozzle, I'm gonna do my tip back nozzle checks. For my 2.5-inch hose, again, I'm gonna go all the way to the right for a straight stream, being mindful that some of our 2.5 nozzles will shut all the way off if I go too far to the right. So I'll double check the selector ring here. I'll go all the way to the right or until it's in the shaded straight stream area. I know that I have a fixed GPM at 250 GPM, so I don't have to worry about the variable gallonage. And then I'll bleed my nozzle, double checking the pattern and bleeding the air out of the line. Once that's done, I'm gonna walk my line back, double checking for any kinks. Hang the kinks out of the line. Now I'm gonna check for my 4 Ps. I'm gonna make sure my partner is here with me and he's retrieved the proper tools, being flashlight, forcible entry tools, and a thermal imager. Both of us have donned our proper PPE. Both of our SCBAs are on and passes are in automatic mode, and we have a plan of attack before we engage.